Good evening, ladies. Good evening. Time to chat. We want to welcome you to the UnRuffled Ladies. Yeah, we want to welcome you back to the UnRuffled Ladies. We are in a new year. Come on, let's just give it up for another year that we yes, we are in a year, and I just believe that something very special for us this year. Man, consider UnRuffled Ladies. So I just want to welcome them on in and chat with us this evening. Make sure when you come on, let us know that you're on. When I say chat, that means we want you to talk back to us. Yeah, we want you to talk back to us this evening. I don't know about you, but I just want to ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to embrace the God-given strength that God has given you? That's what we're going to be talking about this today is strong women, strong women. So we already know what the UnRuffled Ladies mean. It means to be balanced. It means to be confident. It means to be at ease, at ease. And so we want to just talk about today being a strong woman. I do want to welcome my both of my co-hosts, Pastor V, and also Rosalind is on, and then our special guest, Minister Lisa Wilson, is on with us today. So we're just excited about topic to talk about being a strong woman. You know, we as women, we have to wear so many hats, and we go through so many different things in life. And if we don't use our God-given strength that God have given us, I don't think that we can be complete in who God created us to be. Because I just believe that God created us to be strong women, you know, and not in an arrogant way, but He created us to be strong, you know. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Once again, like I say, when you come in, make sure you let us know that you're on. We want you to talk back to us. Make sure you like and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah, make sure you do. So let's just go into the topic today. Well, let me just open it up and let you guys say something to the world before we get into this hot topic that's going to be, I believe, that's going to shift us to another level or strengthen us. You know, there's so many women out there, even right now as we speak, is don't really know who they are as a woman. You know, and I'm praying and hoping that we can say something today to encourage you that may be out there and you're in a situation where you have to do it all for yourself. You may have kids, you may just went through a divorce, you may just lost your job. Many things could have happened, but God have given you, in other words, you have a God-given strength within you. So pull on what's on the inside of you. Don't look at what's going on the outside, but pull on what is on the inside of you, and that is the strength that God have given you. Yeah. So, Minister Belisa, you want to just chow in right there and kind of welcome the people, Rosalind?
Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to UnRuffled Ladies. All this on. Please remember to join us by responding in the chat. We're so glad that you're here with us today, whether you're live or you're tuning back in, after the broadcast. But today we're talking about strong women. What is a strong woman? How does a woman become strong? And some of our own, personal experiences, what let us know that, yes, God really did instill in us a strength, that only could come from Him. So we really do welcome y'all today.
Yeah.
We welcome you.
Yes, we do. We welcome you.
We
welcome you.
Yeah, we are having a lot of problem with the StreamYard today. So if something is going on and off, believe me, we have done everything that we know to do in our power to try to make it work right. So please be patient with us today. We don't know exactly what's going on in the airways, technology. So hopefully everything will go well, where we can just kind of, get through this part today. But I just want to kind of read a little bit what a strong woman is before we go into our guest. Once again, we want to welcome her. I mean, at the last minute, which was last night, she said yes. Yeah, she said yes, that she would be our guest today. So we just thank you so much for being a
Yeah,
part
thank you.
of
Thank you.
Unruffled today. And she's just gonna just kind of talk about her experience as being a strong woman.
Mhm.
As I said, you have kids, you have a husband, you have work, you have all these different things that you have to be a part of. You have to be strong. There's no way that you can do what you do without having that strength. Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, it's a strong woman is resilient. She's independent and capable.
There
To
goes our technology.
confidence in your ability. At one For a long period of time, I didn't have that confidence in every area of my life. Some areas I was confident in, and then there was other areas I wasn't confident in. So that's one of she is confidence in her ability, and she stands up for what she believes in. That's
Mm-hmm.
important. Stand up for what you believe in. So uh, either one of y'all can just call in whenever you get ready. But I'm going to start with before I go to our guest today, Minister Lisa. What do you feel that a strong woman? Who is a strong woman? Because we don't want to get this mixed up where we think that we're so strong that we don't man. We don't need anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So help us out with being a strong woman.
I believe that being a strong woman for me is I must have faith in God. And I know a lot of people say, well, we always say that, but I have to have my strength from my inner being. I can't have my strength from my own ability because doing it on my own, I might fall. So everyone on this platform is a strong woman. Everyone pull from each other and
Yeah.
encourage each other on the line. So the most important thing for me has been a strong woman. I believe that I can do all things through Christ Jesus, and I believe in myself. I didn't have that confidence before because I just thought, oh wow, they just telling me things until I had to grow into myself, until I had brokenness in my life. That's when I knew I was a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like the part when you say until I had brokenness, and that's when you really begin to find out who God had really created you to be, and I like this. That's my main scripture that you just used. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So, even in our brokenness, if we really just lean to who created us, no matter what situation that we may fall into, we can bounce back
That's
because
right.
God has
Mhm.
given us that inside strength to bounce
Mhm.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going to Valicia Harris. Harris,
Mhm.
what is a strong woman to you?
Well, you said something very key that strikes me, and it's one of the key words that I declare upon myself for this year.
Oh,
You
can y'all hear?
said that. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We
Oh,
can hear you.
Can hear you.
you
Yes.
said the word bounce back, and which I think about the word resilience, and I think a strong woman is a woman that's resilient. She can bounce back from any setback or any disadvantage. She can overcome, and
Mhm.
so that word just really hits home with me, especially dealing with what I'm facing right now with my health. Um, because at one point the enemy had me thinking, all of what's the worst scenarios. But God said that He came that I might have life and have it in abundance. And so I stand on that word. And so I know that because I have his strength on the inside of me, my expectation is that I will fully bounce back. And I'm doing
Yeah.
it day by day, every day. He gives me that
Yeah.
opportunity. So, I just step forth in faith and believe in that. And I'll see the full manifestation of it in the very near future. So that's what I believe a strong woman is, being able to bounce back, to be resilient to, you know, uh, different things that come her way, different challenges. She's able to bounce back from it and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'll agree with that.
Rosalind.
Yes, yes, yes. Strong women. Well, we all know that, being an independent, strong woman is just not about being physically strong or holding a title or a position, at a company. It means, like Lady Gina has already mentioned, and Minister Lisa, being comfortable with yourself, all right? And having self-confidence without seeking validation from others. Now, I know
Yeah.
sometimes we all want to be recognized, a pat on the shoulder is good from time to time, but when the season's here that's not around, you need to pull from inside.
Exactly.
We need to, that's what a strong woman does. She goes inside for that strength that God gave her, that he's providing,
Yeah.
right? And
That's
most importantly, being able to take care of yourself. Don't take that to the extremes. It's good for a woman to have a sort of independence, taking care of herself. Who knows how to take care of us better than we do?
true.
I know,
Right.
I know when it's time for me to give myself some quality time. I know when it's
Yeah.
time for me to set some, to take care of myself in ways that nobody else can.
Right.
Not to mention all the examples that we have in the Word, in the Bible. We have many strong women in the Bible.
Many.
Many, 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 many. So it's true that God has given us, instilled in us. But as far as myself, when it comes to being strong, I haven't always identified myself with strength. I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
But once I did, like Minister Lisa mentioned, I had to go through something. I had to go through something
Yeah.
and watch God, see God. And it sometimes I'm even
Hear
if I wasn't
God.
dependent on him, yes. Once I came through it, then I look back and it's like, oh yeah, God did that.
Right.
That it had to be him. It had to be his strength. It had to be. So
Yeah.
time after time after time, I realized that everything I went through or going through, it always turned out for my good. And making me a stronger woman is good,
It's
you
true.
know?
Yes.
And I know
Yes.
sometimes we've all heard it said,
Yeah.
I'm tired of being strong.
Right.
How many times have you heard women say that? I'm tired of being strong, you know?
Yes.
But
Yes.
for strong women will find themselves in a position where you don't have any other option but to be strong.
Yeah.
It's true.
There's no other option.
Yeah.
You might have some woman that might back down, rely on family, and all that's good.
Yeah.
But a strong woman is gonna always have to be able to stand on her own 2 feet, pull up her bootstraps, and keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Now, I believe all four of us that you see sitting here, I know that we have been through something that we strong.
Yes.
At this season in our lives, all we got to say is bring it.
Right. Bring it on.
Just bring it, you know? Because if
Yeah.
something was gonna take us out, it would have took us out a long time ago. It's too late now.
That's true.
It's
Yeah.
too late now, you know. But anyway, my strength definitely comes from God. I know it does, you know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
to be confident, It's God
Yeah.
focused. That's
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's always God focused.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. You know, I think you said something you heard, and some women may say, I'm tired of being strong. I think those women
Oh, she'll come back in
are
soon.
the
I
ones
was
got
ready
to
to hear
do
that.
everything pretty much to hold the family together, the children, and the workplace, and
Mhm,
that's when you as a woman get tired of being strong.
mhm,
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You just get tired of taking that responsibility because you're trying to pull a load that don't supposed to be your load, and
Mhm.
that's what wear you down.
That's
But I
it.
believe whenever a real woman that it's just you, and you may have these children, you may have kids, you may have whatever, it's just you, and that you got to pull this wagon no matter what.
Mhm.
But I think when you hear a woman say, I'm tired of being strong, it's because a man is involved and the man is not doing their part. You know,
Mhm.
uh, what do you have to say about that, Minister Wilson?
Well, that is so true. Sometimes it is because as a strong woman, first, I believe that we have to be true to ourselves. I got to be true to myself. When I go through things in life, I have to be true to myself because not all the time that, I'm going to say Lady Rosalind, well, Miss Rosalind, what she said that sometimes with our strength, we really can't do it. And by me, I say for me personally, it makes it personal to me because I had to go through so much thing. In 2021, it seemed like we had so many deaths in the family. My mom lost my dad, her husband, which they was married for 62 years.
Yeah.
And saw her, I saw how she taught me how to be strong. I saw her so vulnerable that I forgot about myself and had to step in to be that strength that she needed. And a lot of times we when we say, well, I don't feel like I'm valuable, but you are. That's just the enemy that tries to make you seem like you're not valuable, but you are. And so when I saw my mom in that situation, I saw my family, the one that they supposed to be strong, my other sibling, they was tearing apart. And I said, Lord, what to do? So God just say, like dry up your tears and just, believe in me, trust me, I'm gonna bring you through this, even though I know you're hurting. So sometime in life, we don't be true to ourselves. And so when you don't be true
Yeah.
and say you cannot do these ability by yourself, because I hear a lot of women, and I've been in military, I hear a lot of women, I don't need no man, I don't need this, I don't need that, but I need God because there are some things I cannot face. And when I get low in the valley, and this is what we have to understand, when I'm low in my valley, I have to really say, Lord, the Lord is my shepherd, because we as being we need to be transparent. When we are women, even though we're strong, we go through something. We really go through
Yeah.
something. We act like we're so strong that nothing affects us, but it does affect us. And sometimes you
Yes.
have to fake a smile. Sometimes you have to fake like you're really happy. You have to do a lot of things. But if you just be true to God, God, I am just tired and I need your strength. It's not like I'm giving up on God, but that's what I have to say. God, I need your strength. Because some load I carry, and I don't carry it, but people will call me and ask me to do, things or help them or pray with them. It becomes my problem because then I'll be like, oh God, I took on too much. But our strength, my strength come from within. My strength come from God, and I know I cannot do anything without him. So I hope I have said something right there, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
we got to stop and be truthful to ourselves. We got to be truthful when we're high on the mountain and when we're low on the mountain. We got to be true. And
Yeah.
it's not that you weak when you say, I cannot help you
Uh,
at this time. It's nothing, because you deal with your own health. You deal with your own challenge in your life, and that's what we don't understand. People don't understand sometimes we deal with challenges in our own life. I'm not married, unfortunately. I'm gonna tell my story, but whenever Dr. Lady Ned tell me to tell, but okay, as I was going through life, I just learned I like Lady Rosalind said, I didn't have that confidence at first. I didn't, because I was told as a little girl, I was told you will never be nothing. You're just black. You're stupid. You're not. Where did you come from? Because you don't look like your other sibling. So a lot of things I had to carry in my heart, and I had to ask God to give me strength how to deal with things. But a lot of times people really don't know what you're going through, but God knows what you're going through.
Yeah. One of the things that was said that we a strong woman is talking about self-awareness, and you just kind of hit on that. Self-awareness. It says she is aware of herself, and you'd be surprised things that is said or done to us as a child carry on into our adult life that really hinder us in so many ways. You know, you had to end up getting rid of all those words that were spoken to you. A lot of times the people say sticks and stone don't hurt me. Words don't. That's not true. That's not true. Words can really hurt you.
Right.
Yeah, words can hurt sometimes worse than actually hitting you.
Right.
And so you have to dismiss all of that. Take a look within yourself and say, no, that's not who I am. When did that take? When did you get to that place in life where you said, no, that's not who I am?
When I realized that, Dr. Lady Ned, when I realized that who I was in God, the enemy kept telling me you're not valuable to God, and God kept saying, I made you, I formed you, I know you. So I had to put all that thought, and I had to say, Lord, help me. You help me how to deal with situation like I had to experience, especially when Lord taught me when I was going through this awful, nasty divorce. And I had 3 children. And I was like, Lord, oh my God, I've done everything as you require me as a woman being married. I have done sacrifice, go beyond the call of duty. And still, he was infidelity. And so I said, a lot of people were saying, stay with him and all this and that. I said, I'm not going to do that because I believe in the Bible. And the Bible said, if you don't do that, that's my key to get out. Adultery, that was my key. That's what I had in my mind. Okay. Because sometimes you can have that husband in your life and really reshade it. I was trying to say, oh yeah, he's all right. And he really wasn't all right, but I wanted to be married. So when I came to that divorce, that's when God really, really made me understand who he was, because I had loved something so much. I had loved my husband, and we have to understand that. That's why I say I got to be true to myself. I had loved him, and I think I put him a little before God, and God said, I won't have no other, person before me. So I knew God had saved me at the early age of 14. I knew all of this, but when I went through that divorce, it really made me rely on God. I mean, I was broken. I was so broken. Being honest, and God knows I'm being honest. I was so broken, I didn't even want to hear God's name. I was so broken and devastated and walking around here trying to put on a smile, trying to go to church and shout. And I was just broken. I could not even hear God because I was broken and thinking about the situation. So what I did is I got on my knees one day and I said, Lord, you're going to have to help me because this is not Lisa. This is not Lisa. And Lord was telling me, you cannot put nobody. That's why I said God is first and my children and then, my grandchildren and on and on. But that's when I recognized that God was doing something in my life. That's when I knew I was valuable and God loved me just that much to take me through that divorce, take me through. I didn't ask for nothing. He was saying he wanted to take everything. Oh, it was just horrible. And then I said, Lord, look at me. I'm a single parent now with 3 children. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to raise 3 boys? They hard-headed. You know, they might go out and get someone pregnant. You know, everything was going in my mind. And God just says, stay settled, be still. Don't just be still. I got you. And see, you got to hear the voice of God. And I know a lot of times people say, no, that's not real, but it is real. You got to get to a place where you can't hear no one but God. So in that divorce, it really taught me that I must depend on God. And I thank God for Lady Rosalind, because she said, you know, I can't, you know, we can't, you know, with our own strength, we can't do it. I couldn't do it, y'all. I could have lost my mind. I could, it's so much thing I can tell y'all about being a strong woman. It's so many things that come. One thing I do know, when the storms of life hit me or take me to a place I don't want to be, I have to depend on God. I have to have that confidence in myself that I can do this. No matter how it hurt, I can do this. I will not let go of God unchanging hand, because I need him. So that's how I looked at it. And, I don't know what else to say about that situation. But that was one thing in my life that taught me to.
Awesome.
So-
Oh, somebody else may want to share something. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead,
I was
Rosa.
going to ask Lisa, what can you tell a woman who probably hasn't went through as much as we've been through? You know, I'm just claiming it for all of us. What would you tell her when the winds start blowing and she is broken? You know? And you know what I'm trying to say? It takes the trials, the tribulations, the experiences, the frustrations, the letdowns. It takes a woman coming through all of that to get to a point to where she's resilient. So when something else happens, you know, she bounces back pretty good, you know? But there are women out there, especially probably young women. I know young women go through things too,
Oh yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
But what can we tell them, Lisa? What can, you know, Minister Lisa, what can we share with them, those that are there right now? You know how they say they're toe up from the flow up, broken, and they just
Don't
they
know what
can't
to
see
do.
the light into the
Yeah.
tunnel. They have no strength. And maybe they don't have a relationship with God to even know that now that they're depleted, God's strength kicks in automatically. You
Yeah.
know, but that's a woman of faith that knows this.
Yeah.
She's not there. How can
Well,
we help?
okay. With a woman, a young woman, I can tell them, first you must heal yourself. First, you must believe in yourself that you can get through this. A lot of times we think because the trial is so hard, or circumstance of life is so hard, that we cannot get through, but we can, because what do you possess inside that can have you to get to where you are? Well, you have strength. Well, you might not know God, but you know that there's a being. So as a young lady that didn't know, experiencing that, I would just tell them, be still. And your strength would come within. You know, it would come within you. Uh, I know everyone is not a believer, but I would tell them there is a God that can get you through. I got to talk about God because He got me through. And even though you're not a believer, you can trust. I can tell you about this God because He can get you through your situation. And a lot of times, you know, I deal with a lot of young women, you know, in the church who have been abused. They say that they had children out of wedlock, and they deal with me and say, they come to me and say, well, how can you help? So sometimes I just pray and I ask God to give me strength to give to them, to show them how to get there. First, you got to believe in yourself. You must trust yourself. You know, I know God is with us. Don't I know I'm a woman of faith, but I believe that if you're not, you gotta believe that you can get through this situation, even though circumstances are so hard sometimes. If you think that you're not, you cannot get through, but you can. Trust your trust in yourself. I would say, believe in yourself. You know, and stop being so negative about the situation, but think that there's a positive thing too as well. Because sometimes we just think everything is we do. Let me put it. When I'm telling a young woman, I tell them I am a woman of faith. But if you're not a woman of faith, I can show you how to be a woman of faith. I can show you how to stay encouraged. But you're gonna have to have more than just, me telling you. You're gonna have to put it in action and do something on your behalf. I hope I see.
Yes.
You said two things that really stuck out to me was one was if you're not a woman of faith, get to a place to just be still for a minute. Just be still. And another thing that you said, look at the situation in a different eye. You know, you can look at a situation so long, in a negative situation so long, until you become more and more and more and more negative. You know, I know. You become more and more negative. You know, and so those two things really stuck out to me because God have given us, uh, first of all, that we have that God-given strength. God have given us the ability to do. If we would just stop and be quiet for a minute, so we can hear and begin to look at whatever situation that we are going through as a woman, begin to see it in a whole different way. And I believe through that's how God began to give you new ideas. That's when you begin to hear. Some people call it, I heard something, but that's the voice of God. That's not something. God is giving you the answer to whatever it is that you're going through. I'm gonna let Pastor V say something. She's been kind of quiet. I know she has some experience too in this area. Uh, what would you say, Pastor V?
One of the things that comes to my mind is
Yeah.
many times people think um, your weakness when you're well, I'm trying to see how to word this. Many people look at God's strength as weakness, as being weak. What God calls strength, many people look at and think is weakness. Um, when He says that, for instance, soft words turns away wrath. Um, in the world, their idea of strength is, wrath going against wrath. If I'm speaking wrathful words, I'm going to come back at you with wrathful words. And that shows my strength to you. But God is total opposite. And so when He instructs us to do something, and our flesh wants to do the opposite, one of the things that what He taught me in learning how to operate according to what He commands in difficult situations. Um, and when I've done that, many people thought, well, aren't you going to do something? Aren't you going to say something? You're going to let them just talk to you any kind of way? When He said, you know, be still, or He said, be quiet, and when everything on the inside of me wants to go off like they do, but I'm obeying, I'm choosing to obey Him. And when I do, I see the outcome of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, I see how He works in the situation. And, you know, I never really had to step off into anger, doing something out of anger.
Mhm.
Um, and I would see God just, resolve the whole issue, even if that might mean taking that person away, you moving them out of the way. Some people come as a, just to obstruct whatever it is that the Lord has laid on you to do. And so I've seen him move people. I've seen him uh, flip situations. I know no other way to explain it. You know, I've seen him do some great things because I chose to be obedient and do things his way. Whether that was to, keep my mouth closed, whether it was to just pray about that situation and nothing else, giving that over totally over to him, rolling over my burdens, my, all of my cares, my worries. Um, and many people think that if you're not strong if you don't get up and do something immediately. Well, he might say, "No, be still," and he's telling you for a reason. Because he's working something out on the back end,
Right.
and that comes to the word trust. To be a
Mhm.
strong woman, you have to be a woman that trusts God. He said to trust in Him with all of your heart and to lean not into your own understanding. And there have been many times where Lord, I just had to go to Him and say, Lord, I don't understand. I'm not understanding, but help me. Show me what it is that you would have me to do in this situation. And then when he tell me, it may be something just very simple, or to do or not to do. But when I just follow just that part, just focus on what he tells me,
Mhm.
then all the other details work out. You know, um, and so it's just been a matter of me learning how to lean and depend on him in situations where he's working it to my benefit and my blessing, and I'm not getting in the way of it. Because a lot of times as women, we feel like we gotta do something. We feel like we gotta fix something. If we just do this little here, it's gonna help. But many times it makes things worse.
Yeah.
You know. And
Yeah.
there been many times I've had another key word of a strong woman is being able to repent. I've had to repent many times when I missed it, when I made a mistake, when I purposely did stuff I knew I had no business doing. You know, because in repenting, you acknowledge your sin and you acknowledge that you need a God in your life to help you in those situations, whatever it is that you're facing. So I had to acknowledge that, Lord, I need you. I
Yeah.
need you. Whether it's in raising my children, he helped me raise my children. When my
Yes.
kids' father left, I mean, I was like, Lord, I don't know anything but mother. That's what you created me to be, a mother.
Mhm.
But there were times when, I couldn't provide what I wanted to provide, but he made a way for them, because he helped me so many times, in making things right for them, you know. Um, I mean, it's just so many things that I could say, and so many things that I could tell you, how the Lord just came through every time. Um, and I think that over time, as you develop more trust in Him, you just really don't see no other way to operate. You might from time to time fall back on what you shouldn't do, but
Mhm.
all in all that you need God no matter what the situation. And
Yeah.
one of the other things that I recognize with him, even when you make a mistake, he'll even make your mistakes to prosper. So even when I messed up, he had every right to knock me out, but instead he he fixed it by his
Mhm.
Yeah.
grace and by his mercy. He fixed my mistake. He fixed my mess up. Even though he had every right to, to whip me down if he wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
No,
Awesome,
guys,
awesome. And
we,
when, it takes a strong woman even to just to like you said, there was time that I couldn't even provide properly for my kids. It takes a strong woman to just continues to hang on in there. But Rosa, we're gonna bring you up. I know you just yeah.
no, I wanted to say and apologize to the audience if you hear an echo. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I hear it in all of our
And
rooms. We really
and you
apologize
can't
for
see my
that.
face.
Yeah,
Right,
My face is not showing on here for some reason.
yeah.
right, right. Just check the cam, see if it's on.
I'm
But
on. Yeah.
sorry for the technical difficulties on today. But I know there's still gonna be there are people that are still gonna be blessed, when they encounter, this live rock Facebook. And I think it's of great importance talking about strong women, what made us strong and how do we stay strong in the middle of difficulties and trials in life. You know, you got a broken heart, but you got kids. You still got to get up and go to work when that heart is so heavy. You know,
You
Mm.
still
and
have to smile.
what I know for sure is that it's very important for us to pay attention with the strength. And I wanted to mention that authenticity is a big part, plays a huge part, um, plays a huge part in a woman being strong, in a woman being strong, because that involves, her, like Minister Lisa mentioned, her being herself. And there's so much pressures from so many different areas. Sometimes we'll lose ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So when a woman's being, authentic, she has to embrace her true self, her strengths, her flaws, because we know we have some, her uniqueness, her unique qualities. And we all know that there may be some women out there, you can't operate in your God-given strength because you give too much power to those things that
That's
you
true.
don't like about yourself, or that you want to prove.
Yeah.
But how many times have you heard God use people in His Word to accomplish something, and they had all kinds of flaws,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but God still used them?
Right.
So I think one of the most important thing is to know your value through the eyes of God.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
have to know your value through the eyes of God. No matter how you've been treated, no matter how many times you done went through something, no matter what you hear people telling you about yourself, you have an identity in God that He gave you. There's a
Yeah.
reason why you're here, why you're still here.
Yeah.
You have a powerful purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Yes.
gonna have to find a way to let go all that other stuff. That's what strong women do.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. Mhm.
They
Yes.
let go some.
And I was thinking about when you were speaking, yeah, we have to be free. But I thought about the woman in the Bible in Luke 2 and 36 to 38. Anna was a woman of endurance. And I thought about that and I said, if she can endure all the things that she went through, surely I can endure the things that I go through. And then one thing I liked about what Pastor B said, he said, repent. And I love that because sometimes we don't repent. When we say repent, when we say we're not valuable, God, I don't know why you made me like this. God, nobody likes me because I'm like that. God knows exactly what He did, so you got to repent of what you're saying, because your word is valuable, what you're saying to yourself. You know, life and death is in the tongue, what you think, you know. So I look at it like this when she said repent. And another thing, you have to have that forgiveness.
Yes.
See, a lot of
Yes.
times we don't forgive ourselves when we go through something or something has happened in our life. We always blaming ourselves. That's what I did. I can only talk about me experience. I blame myself. Well, maybe I wasn't a good enough wife. Maybe I wasn't. I got to say, Lord, forgive me because you
Yes.
made me just like you wanted to make me. You made me filthy. You made me with integrity. You made me to be a loving person. So I had to talk to myself. I don't let people no more let come in and feed negative to my spirit. I don't let people come in and feed me with negative. Oh, you think you better than that? No. God said I'm better than that.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you think you are this? No, God said I am who I am, how He made me. A lot of
Yeah.
times that we don't project that. We let people come to us and like come to be said. We'll let people. Oh, yeah, you really not strong. You're not strong because you're letting people do this to you. And that's how God was to tell me. They talked about my divorce. They talked about me. I must have did something wrong. And I just got to turn a deaf ear and say, Lord, I'm believing in you and I'm trusting you. And one person that made me, well, there's two person that made me strong. And that was Michael and son. Because they said, Mom, you are a strong woman. Mom, you are determined. Mom, without you, there's no me. And that's when I'm strong in myself. I said,
Yeah.
he said, yeah. He said, yeah, Mom. All three of my sons, Christopher, Nicholas, and Brian, they said, Mom, without you, there's no me. I
Yeah.
cannot accomplish this thing that I'm doing in my life if it wasn't know you. If you would have gave up on you, then
My
you
God.
teaching me. I'm giving up on me.
Yeah.
So we can't give up on ourselves no matter how we hit rock bottom of circumstance in our life. We gotta trust God in spite of trust Him when you don't see Him. Just
Yeah.
trust Him, you know.
Yeah.
And this is how it makes me a strong woman because I've been broken, y'all. And I don't
Yeah.
know how when you're broken, it's a hurt there.
Yeah.
It's a hurt that only God can take that hurt away
That's
Yeah.
right.
and show you how valuable you really are. Because that's what enemy, that people wants to do. They want to make you think that you're less of yourself. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am a phenomenal black woman who God created. And my
Mhm.
dad used to always tell me the scripture, Sister Ross, my dad used to always tell me this scripture. And I didn't know what he was saying until he passed away in 2021. He said, Lisa, have you ever read Jeremiah 1 and 5? Before I formed you
Form you
and
in
your
your mother's
mother,
womb.
I knew
Yes.
you. You know, I sanctify you and ordain you as a prophet to the nation. That's what God said. But God said, before He even formed you, before He from birth, you came out. You are someone valuable to God. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
man might not see that, but God knows. So God knows every plan for our life. And I'm going to stop right there because I know other people want to talk. The place to be, I have to say this in my spirit when you said that you have been dealing with sickness. And as you was talking about that sickness, God said, it's already done. It's
Yeah.
already done. And I don't even know you. Yeah. No, I don't even know you like that. I just came on today, but God said, because of your faith, He's going to heal. When doctors say, no, this is this, God said, stand on that faith and be unmovable.
Yeah.
And I just need to share that with you. I don't know, am I supposed to do that on here? But I got to tell you why I'm in the presence of you. You know, because a lot of times we take our sickness. But God introduced to of sickness. God, that's the strength that you have. The enemy comes to attack us with circumstance in our life, whether it's sickness, whether it's divorce, whether it's being single, whether it's being whatever. So I just want to say,
Well, thank you.
Awesome,
Thank
awesome,
you.
awesome, awesome,
Appreciate
awesome. We're
that.
running out of time. Do we have anybody that have asked a question or uh, have a comment?
I
Anyone have a comment?
I hadn't seen it. I was checking it earlier. I hadn't seen anything as of yet.
Okay, okay, awesome. So the whole key thing is knowing who you are in Christ Jesus.
Mm,
Knowing who you are in Christ Jesus. And God allow us to go through different things to buffer us,
yes, he
to
does.
help us to see the strength that we do have within ourselves. If you had not went through that divorce, you wouldn't know today the strength that you really have.
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? If you had not experienced whatever that is that you have experienced, and you rose above all of that, you wouldn't have the testimony that you have today.
That's right.
So God allow us to go through different things to show us who He really created us to be.
That's right.
And I know there's a lot of young ladies out there that like you said, they maybe that they don't know the God that we're talking about. But first of all, we just want to introduce you to the capital God, God.
Amen.
You know,
mm-hmm.
if you would just really just lean in just a little bit to Him, no matter
Mhm.
what you are experiencing today in your life, tomorrow it will be a testimony. Tomorrow you will be able to tell somebody else what your capital God did. So, Rosa, go ahead.
I just wanted to I just wanted to mention before we leave with all of that that's been said, especially what Lady Jean just finished with. All of us here today has got where we are with God's help.
Amen.
And I just wanted to let you know that we haven't reached a particular destination. We've evolved from one level to the next. We've gone from one spiritual level to the next. But the point I'm trying to make is that it is a consistent trusting.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. Once you start, or once you realize that it's it's faith in God that you need, and it's what He's giving you the ability to do, is how you're still going. When the next something comes up, you still gonna need Him. We're still
Yeah.
gonna need to rely on God. We're still gonna need to be faithful women.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's never gonna change. That's
Yeah.
never gonna change.
Yeah.
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 We don't want to find out what our strength is like without God's. We
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I know I don't.
I don't either.
Yes. Yes.
And another
Yes.
thing I wanted to say too, another thing of in being a strong woman, you need to make sure that you're connected with other strong women.
That's
Know
right.
Yes.
your know your circle. Because there are many women that are tied to other women, that those other women they're bringing you down,
Yeah.
they're talking down on you, they're manipulating you, they're using you. Those are not the type of women you need to surround yourself with. You need to surround yourself with strong, faith-filled women. Women that
Yes.
know how to pray. Women that have a relationship, a true and sincere relationship with God. That you can trust, that they are safe to talk to. They won't spread your business everywhere. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the kind of that's that's what helps in making becoming a strong woman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
You know,
Strong
true.
I
women
was
beget
listening to
strong women.
mm-hmm.
That's right.
I was listening to a podcast that the Deion Sanders was on,
Mhm.
and he said something that was so profound. He said that he do not walk through a door that he know that God didn't walk him through it to it. And he
That's
say
right.
every door that he is operating in as of now, he give his all. He gives his best. And so he even teaches his team, his guys, how
Mhm.
to give your all. You know, how to give your all. And he said, so when it comes to people scandalizing his name and trying to hate him and or talk about him, he said that don't bother him.
Mhm.
You know, because he know who he is. You know,
Mhm.
so as a strong woman, you got to know who you are. You just got to know who you are. You know, people just don't like you just because. People make just because, but that's part of life.
Yes,
That's part of life. But when we recognize who we are, you know, then it don't matter what somebody else think about us.
ma'am.
That's not what you think about yourself.
Mhm.
You know, so
Exactly.
I'm saying that to a young lady that may be out there that don't know God. Other people maybe have put you down, or maybe other people done said things to you. You got to
Mhm.
know who you are.
Gotta know.
What do
Hmm.
you think about you? And
Yes.
and, and Minister Lisa, you said a good word. Sometimes you just got to stop
Mhm.
and listen. You got to stop and listen. Yeah.
Lady Jean, we have 4 minutes left, and there's just one I want to be very, very transparent about. We hear this term all the time: emotional intelligence.
Mhm.
Emotional intelligence. Uh, a strong woman understands and manages her emotions effectively, enabling her to navigate complex social situations with empathy and tact.
Mm.
Family, I have to be transparent. I've struggled with that one for a long time.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
better. I'm a
Wow.
lot better, but I'm
Wow.
still working on it. What am I
Yeah.
talking about? Managing my emotions.
Yeah.
Right.
And women
And
are
that's important.
emotional
That is very
people.
important. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Managing our emotions.
Yeah.
That for me,
Yeah.
that was major,
Yeah.
major.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that I like about that self-reflection and growth. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
if you've been struggling with low self-esteem and not believing in yourself, just stop and just take a look at some growth because you have some growth. You know, do some self reflection on where you were and where you are now, because the enemy always want to make you think that you're at a standstill. You're
Mhm.
not moving forward. You know,
Mhm.
kind of like what you said, Minister Wilson. You know, when you got your divorce or when you was a little girl, the things that people was saying, you had to stop and say, wait a minute, that is not who I am.
That's right.
And I'm sure 2 weeks later, 6 weeks later, you could reflect back and say, that's who they say I was, but this is
Mhm.
who I am.
That's right.
So self-reflection is very, very important to all of us.
All of us.
You know, I always say, always have time to check in with yourself. That's important.
That's
You know,
right.
once a week, you need to just check in with yourself. Where am I? What am I thinking? What am
Right.
I doing? How do I feel? What words is flowing from my lips?
Hmm.
What? So we know it's almost time. We're gonna give you the last word, Minister Wilson.
Oh, okay. And I just want to say, you have to have a positive attitude for your life.
Yeah.
You cannot have a negative attitude and want God to move on your behalf, to move some in this situation, but you have to have a positive. You have to be optimistic about things that's going on in your life with a positive attitude.
Yeah.
Because Lady D already said it, connect yourself with strong individual women, strong women in God.
Yeah.
Know their faith is rooted and grounded in God.
Yeah.
Sometimes we connect ourselves with people that's not valuable to us. And
Yeah.
then when then spilled all the garbage in our garbage can, and then we come more, subject to more negative because we're not surrounding ourselves. But put
Yes.
the trust in God and wait on God and be of good courage when you're waiting. Wait on God to bring it through and show you. And I heard all of y'all ladies are phenomenal because I heard all of y'all ladies on here say that you gotta trust God, you gotta be strong and be true to yourself. Y'all help me to do. Because so when I go into my valley, sometimes the devil hits me so hard. And I'm learning not everything is from the devil. It's God testing my faith. So I better say that too when I go through circumstances in life. And if a woman doesn't know God, if a woman on here don't know how valuable you are, just start looking at yourself. Get in a mirror and look at yourself and how wonderful that God has made you. Yes, you
Yes.
might be hit with all circumstances, and God got the life to the show, and He is in control of everything around us. Y'all be
Yes.
blessed.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you, our audience. I want to thank you as well for being with us today. Go back and make sure you like and share. Go back and look at it. And we want to apologize, which is nothing that we can do with the technology today. It was really bad. I know my face is not even showing. But one of the things that I want to leave with you that you are strong, you are capable, and you are unshakable. You are strong, you are capable, and you are unshakable. Tell that to
Yes.
yourself every day. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm strong, I'm capable, and I am unshakable. God bless you, God keep you, and we're looking forward to be back with you on the next Sunday, which is the fourth Sunday. I don't know the date. What is that date? Anybody know the date of that meticulous?
26.
On the 26th. We'll be back with you on the 26th. And who knows, it may be a part two to A Strong Woman. God bless you. God keep you. Have a good evening.
Have a good night. Bless y'all. Enjoy
Thank
y'all.
you,
Yes.
Lisa.
Love y'all.